Oh, you look good today. Story time. I tore my ACL a year ago today. What I learned and what I learned in my process at now 11 months from surgery. What I've learned throughout the process, 11 months through surgery. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Brooklyn B. Thank you for subscribing and liking and commenting on the video. If you are an ACLer, go ahead and comment ACL in the comments. And tell me where you're at in your journey, what struggles you're going through, and maybe if I can help you out. You can follow me on Instagram at Brooklyn B and all social platforms at Brooklyn B. Okay, let's get started. So, this is an MRI of my knee a year ago, about a year ago. I didn't start off with the MRI, I did an x ray, but this is an MRI of my knee roughly a year ago. You see that little arrow right there? The little arrow? That's where my ACL is supposed to be. That thing is gone. So I had a full ACL tear a year ago, and I nearly thought that I really didn't think very much of it, honestly. I didn't think that it was as serious as what it was going to be. Um, I was in I was in football practice. Um, if you're getting to know me, and this is like my first few videos, I'm a footballer. I'm an athlete, former water polo player. And everything. I love all things active and movement, like move your body, being strong. I pride myself in my biceps. Okay. Um, and I tore my ACL just 7 days before I was supposed to go to Tampa for USA World Flags, World Championships. Um, it was Worlds, and that was the most devastating moment that I actually didn't really realize it was that serious in the moment. And I remember placing my foot down, taking a step, engaging with my defender, feeling my knee give completely out to the left. So I'm running towards the QB. Think of this in your mind. I'm running towards the QB. I'm engaging with my defender, taking a step. So QB's in this direction. Defender gives me a hard enough push because we're playing contact flag. Gives me a hard enough push, and I feel my knee go out. And I'm thinking, and I feel my knee go out. So literally, it goes like my knee goes from here to here. Knee is only supposed to go forward and back, like bending forward. If you can imagine, what I'm getting. Let me pin this up. Okay, so this is my knee and my leg, my thigh, like only bending this way. My knee went this way. That's what I remember feeling. I just remember feeling my knee go to the left and out. I screamed and I fell to the ground, rolled around, and was holding my knee because it hurt so bad. And I'm thinking I must have dislocated it. I dislocated my knee several times in the past before, and I've had issues with this knee. I sprained my knee also in 2022 in football practice, and I thought really nothing of it. I had my coach try to pull it out, and it hurt so bad I didn't really want him to touch it. Rob was trying to touch all on my knee, trying to be a support, and everybody's like, okay, just run it off, shake it off. It was when I go to run it off and shake it off that I felt my knee so loose. So let's go back to this diagram. Right. If the knee is only supposed to bend this way, I felt to go this way. And then from there on out, I felt like my knee was just, this is the bottom half of my leg. Like I could really throw this in a circle. Like if this is my bottom part of my leg, I could throw it in a circle. That was how I felt my knee. And I knew something was very, 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 very off in that instant. I decided not to practice, even though I really am one to push through. But I tried running. It just did not feel like a normal knee. We immediately went to urgent care, me and my girlfriend Shay, and they did an x-ray. Told me to ice it, compress it, just the same old. But I just really wanted to go to urgent care so that I could get a baseline, get that sent to my PCP, and then get the imaging ordered ASAP. She did not want to actually send me to MRI to get an MRI instantly, and that was the one thing I didn't like. But we'll get into that. She didn't want to immediately send me to get an MRI. Instead, she wanted to send me to physical therapy and try to strengthen the knee. But I'm like, no, 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 honey, I need an MRI. I don't care about physical therapy, and I know that, and I respect your opinion, but this is bigger than physical therapy. My leg feels loose, my knee feels loose, and I've had issues with this knee in the past. So please send me that. Please, like, please, girl. Do I have to beg? Do I have to beg? Like, please just get me this MRI. So she sends me in to get an MRI, and literally 2 days later, she's like, "Oh, who would have thought? Your ACL is completely torn. It's not there anymore. It doesn't exist. I'm gonna send you an referral to an orthopedic surgeon, and you'll have surgery. You'll schedule him to have surgery." Oh, golly, that was a really scary moment for me. Let's fix this. We're going to ooh. Yeah, I'm getting the hang of this, so please be patient with me. This little gimbal. Okay. Yeah, so with one wrong knee placement, I had to follow up with an orthopedic surgeon? Okay, cool. Keep my cool. My Coach Sydney Lewis, my coach from my previous league, Coach Sid, called me and I announced, okay, well, actually, let's dial back. I was dramatic and not fully dramatic. I first let my flag team know I am not going to be able to play next week in Tampa with you guys because I have a full ACL tear. To any athlete, they know that is the most devastating injury. Like D Rose having had torn his ACL so many times. It's the worst. So everybody is extending their sympathies, and I post on Facebook, full ACL tear. Pray for me, guys. If you have any recommendations, anybody who can help me, I reached out to a couple teammates because I knew that this was going to be foreign territory for me, and I was going to have surgery. Um, I had decided actually on holding off on surgery because I had a few people telling me, hey, don't do surgery, just heal it on your own. I had other people telling me you need surgery because you play football. Like, don't think that you're just going to be able to just tough it out and play impact sports. Like, no. I am a offensive lineman and I hit women and I get hit. Just a little crazy. Um, so based upon the research I'd done behind getting a surgery or not, I decided to just go forward with the surgery. Why? Because I know that I wanted to play sports, and I knew that I cannot run or walk with this knee feeling like this. It felt so loose. If you know, and if you've torn your ACL, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Just completely off. But I only had an isolated ACL tear. Might be different with any other ACL tears. So that was that. Where are we moving next? So my coach recommends me to react physical therapy for prehab to strengthen the knee as much as I could. I was already working out and I was so freaking ripped. Maybe I'll put like some pictures of me prior to surgery. I was in my prime, y'all. I was in my prime. So proud of my body and so proud of the work that I put behind being strong and investing in my body. And little did I know that was all about to change. Um, Again, I'm sent to React Physical Therapy, and they get me scheduled in for evaluation to see how my knee is. They definitely see the irregularities, and I let them know that I'm going to be having surgery, and it's scheduled. I got set up with Dr. Arvind Arthvirham. I believe I'm trying to say it right. Dr. A, he's incredible. Sports ortho, sports surgeon for the Chicago, am I Sky, Chicago Sky. So he is like big time invested. And I was also working at U Chicago Medicine. Um, so I had good insurance, and so I'm like, yes, let's send me to the best of the best, please. So really happy and really blessed to have had Dr. A do my surgery. He knew what he was talking about, and he knew which graft that he wanted to do as well. Oh, there goes my boyfriend. Okay, y'all, sorry. I got a piece of chicken. Okay. So where did I leave off at? Go to React Physical Therapy to do my assessment, and then it's time for surgery because I was terrified. I could not stop crying. What was supposed to happen prior to um, I actually held ice cream social pre-surgery party prior to me having my surgery because I just wanted to be around my friends and feel loved. We had chicken, had my last meal before surgery at 8 o'clock in the morning or 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock in the morning was my call time. So yeah, we had ice cream. I danced, probably shook my knee a little as much as I could, shook my little tail feather as much as I could before surgery because I knew I had an inkling that this was going to be a difficult time. So where are we at? Point one, point two. Um, I really thought that I was going to be able to. I don't know why I thought that I was going to be able to like get through ACL surgery and recovery within 6 months and be back playing in 6 months. I saw online it was 6 to 9 months. It is definitely a 12-month recovery. There are some outliers, right, who have a like isolated tear surgery and can return back in 6 months, but just know that's the top of the bell curve, or the very beginning of the bell curve. If we're going like the median range, you're gonna be looking towards about 12 months. I am at 11 months, still very strong, and I'm back practicing for football, but I am in no way, shape, or form back to where I was at. I actually want to get maybe a clip of my knee. Let's see where we're at. This is my knee at 11 months post-op. Oh, and I have my funky little. Let's flip my camera, shall we? So I had physical therapy earlier today, and I just had my compression sock on or sleeve on, so that is why she looks like that currently. But as you can see, here's where they took my quad tendon. Not sure what this one was. One of these was the camera. I believe this one was the camera. And then right there, I wish I could show you my right knee, my right leg, but she's pretty tucked up in there. We're not going to bother her. This is my knee. I'll even show you. I don't know if we can get a solid comparison. They are almost exactly um, how they used to be. So, yes, I don't expect to be back playing to your sport or to like your normal self if you're an athlete like me and was working out consistently like me because I have to reach my baseline of my strength from my right leg that was uninjured to my left leg which was injured, which I'm at 77% 11 months later. Point one, recovery is not linear. Get that through your head. Recovery is not linear. Okay. You're going to have days and times where you will feel strong and the knee is doing great. And this is coming from a quad tendon ACL surgery woman and her at 28 years old. I've got my own unique situation with my body and my knee too. I got really shitty feet too. We learned throughout this whole PT process. Um, it is not going to be linear, so don't expect it to be. So unlinear, actually, in that the 2 weeks that I had for recovery, not working, first time I had not been working in over 3 years since I graduated, I was terminated. Yes, you heard that right. After my surgery, I was terminated to work for allegedly stealing time at the place where I worked at. We won't even get into that. But I lost my job. And then because of that, I lost my insurance. And because of that, a lot of things was going to be very different. I ended up calling my physical therapy place, React Physical Therapy, to let them know what happened and that I wasn't going to be able to pay them anymore. So thank you for the assistance post surgery, but I'm just going to have to YouTube University this thing on out, which don't think that you can do that. Please don't. If you're going to have surgery, there is universal healthcare insurance 3 months after your surgery. So if you're terminated, you lose your insurance, or I think 3 to 6 months. 6 months? 3 months after your surgery, you are still covered under your insurance, no matter what. Or through, I don't even know what it's covered under, but you're safe to go. And I was still protected under that to be able to have my 1 month follow up and then my 3 month follow up. But I never had my 6 month follow up. Why? Because I didn't have it. I had a job. I ended up securing a new job, but my job did not have the insurance to see my surgeon or my PCP. So still shit out of luck. I do want to give a major shout out, hallelujah, to React looking out physical for me therapy and my ACL recovery. Because when I told them that I wasn't going to be able to pay them anymore, what did they do? What did they do? They bought it, Bobbit. I got a call from Caitlin, and she told me, we've been seeing you post on Instagram about your ACL recovery journey. We love your content and we just love you as a person. So we have made the decision, if you're up for it, to see you at no charge for the duration of your ACL recovery. I said, oh my God. What? For me to have had an ACL tear. Mind you, my car also burned and broke down. My car broke down at the top of the year. I tore my ACL. I couldn't play football in Tampa when I had bought all the hotels and stuff to play football in Tampa. I lost my job. I had somebody steal my promise ring outside of my car. It was such a shitty year for me at that point. And then, actually, about a week after my surgery, we get into a minor fender bender with the car. Somebody hits us from behind. So much was going wrong, and React Physical Therapy said, we're going to do something to help things go right. I can never thank React Physical Therapy enough for the investment that they have had in my journey, and even further into my football career. And we'll foreshadow into that later. But without them, I don't know where I'd be. Big shout out to Katie for massaging me, seeing me, treating me for over 11 months now. So thank you so much. And I don't know what other topics I want to cover with this video, but I am a quad graft tendon ACL. They took my quad, which meant that my quad had been dead and not activated for so long. We're still working on getting her activated and fully rehabbed. And let's just fire away with some of the things that I've learned throughout this process. Recovery is not going to be linear. You're going to be in pain. Don't overdo it. Listen to your physical therapist and trust your body and trust the process. If you move with fear, you risk getting injured. Rest, ice, compress, do the damn exercises. And know that you're going to get stronger and you're going to get better. So that is just a recap of my first, I guess, like few weeks of ACL recovery. Yeah, so I covered when I tore my ACL, I covered my process, and advocating for myself in the hospital to get an MRI, and then further who I saw to have my surgery, my unfortunate predicament of me losing my job and my insurance, and how React Physical Therapy has helped me. 5 things that you should know. Recovery isn't linear. You're going to be in pain, and treat your knee with care. Don't overdo it. Trust your physical therapist. Do your exercises. And also lean on the other ACL community. I had so much support from Reddit and hearing about other ACLers with the same graft and their timeline. It's going to be different, but just know that it's going to be worth it. So this is month 11. I'm going to continue on with these series for my ACL to let other ACLers know that it's going to be okay and that my process. You can actually find all of my Instagram videos up until in December. October. I'm still working on my Instagram. November at Brooklyn B 2 N's 2 E's underscore and see really how my process has been. So if you have reached to this point in the video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and I will see you in the next video.